Yep, we're doing this. What's up, YouTube? My name is Captain Cinnamon, and you are watching the inaugural episode of Captain Cinnamon TCG. With this being the very first full video on this YouTube channel, I figured we need to start it off with a banger, and what better way to do that than by opening a box of OP-05. Released last year in Japan on August 26 and in English on December 8, this set celebrates the first anniversary of the One Piece card game. It features a signature card by Eiichiro Oda himself and 3 manga cards, including the highly valuable Gear 5 Luffy. This set is a must-have for collectors and players alike. Alright, let's get right into it. Now, of course, full disclaimer, this is my very first time opening a box of cards, or pretty much unpacking like a full box of cards with it being recorded. This isn't my first box. I've actually opened about, trying to remember, this is actually my 4th box of the One Piece trading card game, but this is definitely my first time actually recording the whole thing. So if I do make any mistakes, if I do fumble a little bit, apologies in advance. I'll try to make sure that I do it as clean as possible. But as far as like me getting into the hobby is concerned, I pretty much started around August of this year, so relatively new. I was always a fan of One Piece for the longest time, as many of you guys are. But the trading card game, for me, it didn't really catch my attention up until August of this year. It pretty much happened because we went on a trip to Washington, and the wife's cousin was really into cards, and that kind of got me into it as well. So I've been buying packs and buying a few boxes since August. My collection is actually pretty hefty. I'll probably include like a picture, like a little video of like how the collection looks so far. But this is the very first box of OP-05 that I've actually managed to acquire. I actually got it from a convention nearby a couple of days ago, and it was at a really good price. So it was a steal. So I absolutely had to get it. Now, for people that are not familiar with the trading card game in general, a box like this gets you 24 packs, and in a case, if you were to buy a bunch of boxes, you get 12 boxes. Now, this particular set has a lot of really good cards to get. Obviously, you have the manga pools, which are the absolute best cards that you can get. Most sets, or pretty much all the sets that exist in the English version, only have 1 manga card that you can pull, but this particular set, on the other hand, has 3 manga cards that you can get. So obviously very much hoping that we get one of those. There's also the signature Oda card that you can get as well. That's going for a lot of money. We want to get those. Now, whether or not we'll get one, we'll have to see. The chances of getting a manga card is extremely low. Even if you were to buy one case and that once again has 12 cards, it's still not guaranteed. So the chances are extremely low, but you know, who knows? We might get lucky. We might actually unpack one. From one box, you're pretty much guaranteed to get 2 to 3 hits. And by the way, here, this is how the pack itself looks. In my opinion, out of all of the boxes that exist so far, in the English version from OP-01 up until OP-08, that's the current set that's out as of the recording of this video, I think this box and these packs, without a doubt, look the absolute best. There's just something really cool about the plain clear white aesthetic that this has. You know, Gear 5 Luffy, one of the absolute coolest transformations that has shown up in the in the anime so far. So that whole aesthetic of it just being pure white, super clean and simple, just makes it for a really good looking set. Now, with every box that you purchase from the One Piece trading card game, specifically for the English version, you're guaranteed to get at least 2 to 3 hits. And when I say hits, these are the alternate arts, the special arts, the treasure rares. So yeah, 2 to 3 hits is the guarantee. So far, from every box that I've opened, I've always gotten like 2 hits in every pack, in every box. So luck has not really been on my side just yet. But you know, who knows? Maybe our luck will change with this one. We're gonna start off with the packs on the left. Let me know if I should switch it up next time, if you guys want to go left, right, or if we should just go straight for the left, straight for the right. Who knows? So let's go. First pack. when you're opening packs, the first 10 cards are all going to be commons and uncommons. So pretty much, you know, just the trash ones. And it isn't up until you get to your 10th rare, to the 10th card, that's when you'll start seeing the rares. Now it's always going to be one rare at first. And I think, oh, sorry. So there's the uncommon. There's going to be our first rare. And here we go. All right. We'll put that to the side. Nothing there just yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to gather up all the rares. I'll do the same thing for all the other ones that we get as well. So the last two cards are going to be rares, and the last of the first of the last two cards is going to be a basic rare, and it's going to be followed by a super rare. Now, one card that you can also get in these boxes is a leader card. And in a full case of 12 boxes, 4 of them will have an alternate art leader card, and those go for quite a bit. So let's continue. Nine. So there's rare number 1. Whoa, wait, we hit an alt-art leader card with the second pack. Nice, look at that. Oh, that was a lot quicker than I expected. Bello Betty. I'll post up the price on this card here in a second, but getting an alt-art leader right from the get-go is kind of insane. Now, we have so there are 2 possibilities here, given that we got this card. All right. Possibility number 1 is that we get a special rare, which is basically a redo of a card from a previous set in like a different fashion. Or we get, if I'm not mistaken, another alternate art. But us getting this alt art pretty early, especially it being a leader card, is kind of cool. That's pretty nice. All right, let's continue on. All right. Mancherry. And now super rare. That's a pretty good looking card. So I'm gonna try and do these as quickly as I can. Let me know if I should be doing these any faster in the comments, or if you guys like the pace as to what as to how I'm unpacking these. Now, one thing to note, and we haven't exactly run into yet, is that if you find a leader card here in any of the packs, that's pretty much going to be your hit for that pack. So you're not going to get anything good, unfortunately, from that particular pack. So there's our first rare. Law super rare. That's actually pretty good. I don't have this card, so that's really nice. All right. So it's kind of crazy. We aren't even halfway through our first stack of cards, and we already have 1 hit. Let's see what else we get. Oh, a bit of a spoiler there. I really need to get better at lining up these cards to make sure that we don't spoil them too early. Nine. Okay, so here we go. So this is what I was talking about. So as soon as you get a leader card like this, unfortunately, it's a little bit of a spoiler already for that pack, because once again, those 2 cards that are going to come right after, they're both just going to be regular rare, so they're not going to be anything really good. But we do like the leader cards. For those that aren't familiar with how the game is played, these leader cards are basically going to be the foundation of your deck. So especially if you're like really looking into actually play the game, having a stack or a collection of all those leader cards is really good, because you literally make your decks based on what leader card. I'm not going to get into the mechanics as to how the actual game is played. Maybe we'll reserve that for another video. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to hear me talk about that. So far this channel, I've wanted to be mostly a focus on just unpacking and talking about like the collector side of the hobby. But if you guys want me to go over the actual TCG game itself, which TCG game is a little redundant, the actual TCG itself and how the game actually plays, maybe we could in the future. We'll see. All right, first rare is coming up. Virgo and Rob Lucci. Really, really nice looking card. Once again, all these like plain white cards, in my opinion, look super nice. Okay, next pack. Okay. I think we're at card number 9, if I'm not mistaken. There we go, another leader card, the Sakazuki card. And of course, once again, after this, we're basically just gonna get 2 rares. This Sakazuki card though, this leader card, if I'm not mistaken, is actually banned for the next set if you're paying competitively. This card is actually way too OP. I do have the alternate version, the alternate art of this particular card, but it was funny because I literally got the card as soon as they announced that the card was going to be banned. It's just way too strong. It's just, it really is. So let's move forward. We are still only at 1 hit. Really, really, really nice once again that we got that alternate art for the leader. We want those alternate arts for leaders specifically are really, really rare. Once again, you only get 4 in 1 case, so that's 4 in 12 boxes. Okay. There's another leader card, and now, which means, there you go. As I said, you get 2 rares immediately as soon as you get a leader card, so that's basically your hit for the pack. All right, let's put that away. Next one right here. So the Bella Betty alternate art card that we got, that leader card, it isn't the most expensive one. I was honestly hoping that we could have gotten a Luffy alternate art. That would have been way, way better. But we take any alternate arts that we can get, especially if it's not just like a rare, like a basic rare. I know that this particular set has some like, oh, sorry, that's a little bit, I just spoiled it. There we go. That's the regular Bella Betty right there. So once again, 2 rares immediately follow. So I know that the Luffy leader card, the alternate art Luffy leader card in this set goes for quite a lot. I think I could be completely wrong on this, but I think it's going for $150 to $200. I could be completely wrong. My numbers could be completely off, or maybe it might be going for less. I'll double check, and I'll post the price and the picture of the card in this video as I'm talking about it. But that is definitely one of like the pools that you would want to get in this set, that alt art Luffy leader card. So let's see. So there's our first rare. Pika super rare. That's good. I don't have this card, so getting this card right now is great. Now, as much as I love the way this card looks, I don't want to get the alt art version of this card. Mainly because if we did get that particular card, that it isn't really going for much. And I'm not too much of a fan of Pika. If you guys haven't watched the anime, I'm not gonna spoil it, but he was you guys will know what I'm talking about if you've seen him, or if you are to see him, you'll immediately get what I'm talking about. So continuing on, we only have 2 more packs left for left side. We're gonna go right into the other one here in a second. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. There's our first rare. Eustace. All right, I actually already have 2 of these. So that's good though. You know, having spares is not a bad thing, especially if we were to build a deck. You know, for some people that have been playing the game and don't have all the cards, it's a little pricey to actually buy like actual copies of the cards. So some people have resorted to making proxies, which is literally printing out the cards, putting it in a sleeve with like another card, that basically just, you know, pretending like you actually have the card to be part of the deck. Some places allow it. I know if you're just playing casually with a friend, there's absolutely no reason why it shouldn't be allowed, but in some tournament, or in most tournaments, I imagine it definitely isn't. So building a deck, especially if your deck has like pretty expensive cards, can be a bit of a pain. So there we go, X Drake, and Sabo, there we go. All right, nice looking SR. I think we've got about 5 SR so far, which is pretty good. Last pack for left side. So maybe we get both hits. Maybe we'll get the second hit on this one. Maybe it's 1 hit on each side. We're about to find out. All right, try not to spoil it. There we go. And so there's our, oh no, that is an uncommon. Satori, and next up, a regular rare. Alrighty, not bad, not bad. We'll put this to the side, and there we go. This is how many cards do you get in 12 packs. These are all the commons and uncommons, and of course we'll just go over the good stuff that we actually got on the right side. Let's move forward and go straight into right pack. So that's 12 packs down. Let's follow it up right away with all of these ones right here. So now I've been into trading card games for the longest time, pretty much starting off with Pokemon. I'm one of those guys that can actually say that I started off with base set, but just like everybody else out there, you know, we never really gave it much thought. Pokemon cards for me were very, very expensive. I didn't grow up rich. I didn't have any money whatsoever. And not only that, but I used to use the cards as, like, you know, cards that I can just flip and throw around, like, and pretend that I was Gambit, because I was also really, really into Gambit and X-Men back in the day. There's our leader card. And once again, 2 rares that immediately follow. One funny thing that I did do at the time though was, because I had like a bunch of magazines that would show off Pokemon cards. I remember I had a magazine of the first expansion set that came out. So that was Team Rocket, right? That particular expansion. I had a magazine that had pictures of all the cards that were part of the set. And of course I wanted to have Dark Charizard. So what I did was I cut out a picture of that magazine and I glued it onto one of my cards. I don't remember what card I actually glued it on, but that was my way of making a proxy back in the day. Like, looking back, thinking about it, it absolutely cracks me up. I don't think I ever got past base set Pokemon. I never really bought any of the cards, and even, you know, when I could afford it, I was just kind of past that at that point. Mancherry, that's a good rare. I actually don't have this particular card, so that's really good. Next up, another Satori. We actually have like quite a few Satoris. I don't really know why, but I'm glad to get that Mancherry. I actually don't have that card yet, so continuing on. So yeah, for me, it was just really, really hard to get back into Pokemon given how long the game has been out. I know that, you know, there's really not a bad time to start collecting per se, but for me, I don't know, it just felt like a little too much to get into. Same thing with Magic the Gathering, especially back in college. I remember there were like places like near me that would actually host games of a bunch of dudes playing Magic the Gathering, and I wanted to get into it, but once again, it was another case of me just being absolutely broke, not being able to afford it. And yeah. Oh, whoa, that's a special art. Rob Lucci special art. That is great. Look at that. There we go. And that is our second hit. An absolutely wonderful, beautiful looking card. Look at that thing. I think this is only my second. I don't know if it's called, they're called special arts or special rares. I know SR is super rare. I might have called it special rare a while ago, but this is only the second card that I managed to pull. So we've gotten into that scenario, as I said a while ago, wherein if you get an alt art leader, there is a high chance that your second hit is going to be this special rare or special art. I could, once again, I'm gonna need you guys to correct me in this one, or maybe I'll just correct myself in like a little description thingy that'll pop up. But that is a beautiful, beautiful card. I'll post the price of the card here in a second, but that is our second hit. Now the chase is on for a third hit. I know some people might know for sure whether or not we're getting another one. I'm not exactly sure. I'm obviously hoping we do get a third one, but that's a beautiful card. I think the other Other cards that are of this quality in this particular set include Yuta, I think Nami, if I'm not mistaken. Those two cards would have been really nice, but honestly, this one, not complaining at all. That is a very, very beautiful looking card, and I'm super happy to get that. But we still have a lot of packs to open, so let's see what we get. Maybe we get lucky and get a third hit. We'll see. First rare, Hina, and a Karasu. All right, how many more packs do we have? We have about about 6 more packs to go. We'll see what we get. But so far, the hits that we've gotten from this box, I'm super happy about. Especially that Rob Lucci card. That one looked really good. I love the way that particular card, just the general theme that they have for cards like those. I think every set, or maybe not every set, I'm not exactly sure when they started it, but like the new set that just came out, OP-08, has some really good looking ones for Ace. I think for, okay, now that I think about it, I think Nami's actually in the new set. It might not be in this particular one, but there we go. 2 rares. Nothing on this one just yet, so let's put that to the side. Down to, oh, so that was actually our 7th one, last 7, so we got 6 more to go. So for people that are just getting into collecting, you know, my general advice, now of course this kind of goes the same for almost every trading card game collection. I think it's all, you know, it's always better to just buy singles, to be honest with you. You know, you're guaranteed, you know, as far as like cost is concerned, you know, it's a lot safer to just buy what you want versus getting a box like this, because while in my opinion we got lucky with this particular box with those 2 hits that we got, there could have been a different scenario where we could have gotten like way worse cards. So I've got, you know, I've been on that end. I've gotten, I think so far from like out of like before these, for those 3 other boxes that I've opened, 2 of those boxes were just absolute duds. They didn't have anything good at all. So I'm happy that, especially with a set as good as OP-05, that isn't the case for us. It could have been better, obviously. You know, we could have gotten a better alt art leader, in my opinion. It just rolled over, sorry. But I'm not complaining whatsoever. Those 2 cards that we got are cool. Now we're just hoping and trying to chase that 3rd alternate art or whatever hit that we can get. We'll see. But let's continue.
I think it's terribly dangerous for an artist to fulfill other people's expectations.
Ooh, there's our leader. Wait. Okay, there we go. An alternate dawn. I was wondering why there felt like there were more than 2 cards behind that leader, and that explains why. I actually really like these alt art dawns. You know, I'm looking to actually like play the game, and the whole plan of course is to have a bunch of dawns that have these alt arts. If you haven't seen like how a regular dawn looks like, I'll probably post a picture of it in this video, but it's still looking, it's a pretty good looking card. So of course, let me set aside that leader that we got, and I don't know where I put the other rare, but I'll just put it right there. Oh, actually no, it's right here on the side. So this was the other rare that we got, Morley. One of the more freakier dudes from the Revolutionary Army. One Piece has a lot of freaky characters, if you aren't aware. So I wasn't surprised that the Revolutionary Army has more than one, actually, now that I think about it. So down to our last 3 cards. I think this might be a 2-hit box, but I'm not losing hope. First rare. Next one, good old Beppo. This might just be a 2-hit box, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly okay with that, especially given that we actually managed to get an alt art leader and the parallel card, or the special art card. But I won't say no to a 3rd hit. We'll see. one. Rebecca. I don't think I have this card, and I actually really like the way this card looks. I know that there's a special version of this one, an even better looking card of this, but the general art of this particular SR is really nice. I like it, and I don't have this card, so pretty happy to get it. There we go. And now we are down to our very last pack. Here we go. Maybe we get some of that last pack magic. Maybe not. We'll see, we'll see. Try to make sure to line it up so to not spoil anything. We're gonna go slow with this one, all right? It's the Bunny Joe. Pagaya. Totally does not sound like papaya. Okie dokie. Mr. One. Miss Doublefinger. Ooh. Another leader, which basically means that's both of our rares. Alrighty. So far in this pack, and it's possible that I might have gotten some of them mixed up with our little stash of commons and uncommons here, but we basically got 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 leader cards. Here we go. We got, I'm not gonna count these, but as you guys can see, we got a bunch of rares, a bunch of ones that we don't have either. Oh, there was an alternate dawn that I completely missed. I completely missed that, so it's a good thing that I went through that. But we got a bunch of rares, obviously. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 super rares, which is pretty good because some of these super rares like Rebecca, Law, Pika, I don't have yet, so those are pretty good. And of course, we have our 2 hits. The first one is Alt Art Bello Betty, a red and yellow card. And of course, we've got this special rare Rob Bellucci. There we go. Beautiful card. The video, in my opinion, doesn't do it justice, but the texture on these cards, the way these little patterns are heightened, is really cool. And there we go. There we have it. Those were our pulls from the OP-05 set of OP-05 box. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys think we got some pretty good cards? Let me know what you guys want for the next unboxing or for the next full video that we're gonna do. Should we do another full box opening? Should we do a previous or a newer set? You guys write that down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.